I already reviewed this game when it was called The Wandering Ark. It was and remains to be a very unique and interesting take on the idler gacha genre known as slingshot RPGs. Though there are a number of things that I disagree with this time around, given that they've added a little more quality of life and a few new features while also completely ruining others. I'm not sure what happened to the original name when they launched the US version. I can only presume it was a legal issue and they wanted to settle it by fully changing the name to The Pixel Ark. But in doing so, they released a new app and also destroyed a small amount of player data, particularly if you did not link your account, as they were meant to send out a transfer code to old users so that they could retain their current progress. I unfortunately did not receive one. I'd actually been playing for a few weeks and was really enjoying the gameplay. I had a lot of high-level characters, pretty good compositions, and had progressed quite far into the game, but there was no assistance, no customer service, or any means to contact the developers. My account still exists, as evidenced by the fact that my username is still being used, but I can no longer access it. I recall vividly playing and looking through the leaderboards, noticing some of the older players that I played alongside back then, but what I remember most is one player in particular, who I know I saw come out of nowhere with 999 million damage, just rolling over everybody, and then suddenly seeing his damage go right back down to a lower state. Not to mention the fact that he was severely underleveled at the time compared to everybody else in the top 10, which leads me to believe that he was and still is a cheater adjusting his name and damage, which allowed him to maintain rank 1. The fact that he is still at the top of the leaderboard after all of this time leads me to believe that the developers just do not care about the security of their game or the fairness of the competitive side of things. Now, compared to the previous version and the current version, nothing actually altered in any significant way besides the name and finally being able to spend money on many of the packs. You do now have access to the information for each of your character you deploy in the top left corner of the screen for what their skills do, which is a welcome change from needing to open up the character panel every single time to see how they work, which was a bit annoying to do. There's also a new feature that is similar to the monster camp in that it just unlocks bits and pieces for your arc, allowing you to change its form and get extra damage, defenses, and so on for your actual composition. You can either take full control over your characters or play idle by allowing the automated fights to take place in the background or while you watch. The characters are still practically handed to you, which I definitely dislike with the second run because I was getting the exact same characters I had previously acquired and it just felt more linear and boring from the events, the gachas, and all of the bonus pieces for unlocking cores to power up your composition. When you enter battle, you just select the order that you desire and the game cycles through them. Assuming you'll understand how they work and synergize together, you'll do much better, especially with all of the build suggestions that they provide you. So you'll basically be slingshotting tanks, supports, and fighters into each other and into the enemy composition. Since I did lose the account that I was playing on previously, there is no way to contact the developers to receive a code to transfer the data to link it to a new account. I doubt I will ever be able to enjoy this game as much as I used to. In fact, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to remove this game and move on. If you are interested in this game, it is enjoyable and addictive for a while, but you will quickly realize how badly supported it is.